Hey, what's up, Jordan? Thanks for taking the time today.
How you doing,
Um,
Matt?
I'm good, man. We were talking to Leslie a couple of days ago, and he told us a little bit about how you came to him during the game, and you had an idea for an adjustment, and you did it. It worked out. I mean, how far have you come in the 3, 4 years that you've been here? Football IQ, understanding the game, to where now you're such an integral part of not only game planning but in-game adjustments. I mean, they made you captain for a reason, but just speak to that a little bit.
I think that's the name of the game. Our safety coach Bobby Babbage always says you're either growing or you're dying. You continuously start trying to get better. I think over my career, that's all I've tried to continue to focus on doing is finding ways to get better on and off the football field. So, I think being with these guys, going into the fourth year in the same system, under the same set of coaches, definitely has helped me slow the game down. We got a great coaching staff that every week puts heart and soul into giving us a great game plan to go out there and execute. And so, I got to give a lot of credit to just the guys that are our organization. Just like I said, just continue to grow. You're either growing or you're dying. So that's my mindset going into each day. When I wake up, going into each week, is just continue to get better.
And now that you've had a few days to look back at that game and obviously preparing for the Rams, but what do you think it is that you guys did, that got better, especially late when you need some stops, you were able to get them? Where do you guys think that you were able to kind of succeed later in that game after having some struggles?
Yeah, I think just finding a way to come up with a play, come up with a stop. Understanding that we're able to play from behind. We were playing from behind late in the game, and nobody blinked, and so we were able to come up with some stops when we had to, and that it just shows a lot about the type of football team that we are. The first game of the season against the Jets, we were playing from ahead most of the time, and then like I said against Miami, we had to find a way to come back towards the end of the game. So we learned a little bit about ourselves that we're able to be put in those situations and figure out ways to, like I said, get stops and get our offense the ball.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, Jordan, Mark Gahn here from the Buffalo News. Thanks for doing this.
How you doing, Mark?
Rams question. Just what do you think of the challenge of defending all the misdirection and eye candy, if you will, that the Rams will throw at you? You see a couple plays with that from the Eagles game where maybe their DBs get their eyes caught looking in the backfield. What do you think about the eye discipline that's required and the challenge of what they throw at you?
Yeah, very good offense. Coach McVay has done a heck of a job, running that offense, and Goff doing a great job, running that offense as well. So, them being on the same page, a lot of misdirection stuff, a lot of stuff behind the line of scrimmage, pre-snap and post-snap. And so, like you say, watching the film before even getting our game plan, I understood that our eyes are going to be, probably the biggest thing coming into this game. Figuring out where our eyes are supposed to be. And reading our keys, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff behind the line of scrimmage that, like you said, eye candy, trying to get you looking one way, the play's going the other way. And so I thought we had a good practice today. I thought, our coaching staff did a heck of a job, coming up with a game plan that we all feel good about. And so we just want to continue to, take it into tomorrow. We're going to go watch the tape from practice today and then take it into tomorrow and continue to get better.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon, Jordan. George Radney, Challenger Community News. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, George. How are you?
Pretty good. Question for you today is, how do you guys prepare to wrap up? Where tackling seems to be a key, especially this week with the Rams. I saw some of their game against the Eagles last week, and they look like they like to run the ball. They like to smash mouth football. And how do you guys do anything extra to work on tackling?
I think throughout the whole training camp and throughout, leading up until today, our coaches have done a great job in getting, not just our defense, but, everybody ready to tackle. Every day in training camp, we had some sort of tackling circuit, and the offensive guys were in those tackling circuits with us. You never know, the situation comes up in the game where they're going to have to make a tackle on a fumble or interception. So, we've prepared extremely hard to be able to tackle since week one. And so just continuing to, work on the little details, the fundamentals of, being able to bring another man down. A lot of it is want too. You got to want to go out there and physically bring another man down. So, like I said, our coach has done a great job of preparing us to get ready to play this season. I think, just continue to work on the fundamentals of tackling.
Exactly. Good luck with Malcolm Brown this week. And last question, with the new linebackers, just in case if they're in this week, do you see working with those guys and starting to come along with them in live action?
Yeah, I think, like I said last week, those guys did a heck of a job stepping into the roles that they had to step into. And, obviously with Maine and Matt, not being able to play last week, those guys had to step in and make some plays for us, and they did. And so, there's no drop off. Obviously, we miss our guys, Matt and Maine, but we understand that if those guys can't go, then, the next man up, that's our mindset.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Good luck on Sunday.
Appreciate it.
Hey there, Jordan. How are you? Josh Reed.
How you doing, Josh?
Good.
Good, man.
You guys give up points last week to the Dolphins. That isn't something you guys have done a lot since you've been here.
Yeah.
What's the mindset going into this one, knowing that you guys didn't leave your best effort out there last week?
Yeah, I mean, we understand that defensively we didn't play as well as we wanted to. So, I said we got a chip on our shoulder coming into this week. Understanding that wasn't who we are, who we want to be last week. But at the same time, we did, like I said, make some plays when the plays were needed to be made to help our team win football games. But like I said earlier, we had a really good week of practice. We put last week behind us, which you have to do. Win, lose, or draw. You got to put the previous week behind you and build off of it. Obviously, build off of the positive and learn from the negatives. But like I said earlier, just continue to get better, learn from the negatives that we had last week, and fix those issues. And now our focus is on the Rams. And so we're just happy we snuck out of there with a victory that we're able to. It's a little easier to learn from. So just continue to get better. Thank you.
Hey, Jordan, Matt Fairburn. I'm wondering what an offense like the Rams that uses a lot of pre-snap motion, what the keys are as a secondary to make sure you're, on your communication and everything else, what challenges that presents and what the keys are to kind of navigating it, knowing that they'll be moving around a lot.
I think just, each guy understanding his job, each snap, and executing that job to a high level, like I said, today was the first day we, had our install of the game plan, and felt really good about it. And like I said earlier, our eyes are going to be huge in this game because there's a lot of post-snap and pre-snap movement behind line of scrimmage. I think he said earlier we called it eye candy. That's a great word to use. Because there's a lot of misdirection, and we're gonna have to be on our P's and Q's as far as our eyes. What's
the advantage that you guys have, I guess, having played together so long on the back end, having played with Leslie and Sean as long as you have? What advantages does that present when you do go up against a team that is going to be scheming at among the highest level in the league on that offensive side of the ball?
I think our ability to be able to make adjustments when we need to. If something's not working within the game, our ability to be mature enough. Our group of guys, we've been together a long enough time to where, in the middle of the game, coach to say, hey, you guys feel good about doing this. And, we're all like, yeah, let's do it, change it up. I think our ability to be able to do that is huge because it's a game within the game. It's a chess match. It's just like, they're going out there, they're looking at the cards on the sideline just as much as we are. So, and it's going to come down to just a man whipping another man. That's what football is. It's coming down to smashing off football and being able to make plays.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, another quick one for you. Levi Wallace goes out there, a guy that started a lot of games for you and played well for you guys, struggles a little bit last week. And as a captain, what do you say to him? Because I'm sure with everything that you've seen in this league, you've had your days where maybe it didn't go according to plan or perfect.
I mean, Levi's a guy that we all have trust in, we all have faith in. And so, with a guy like that, you don't really have to say a whole lot, just with a guy like Levi, we all understand the situation. We all understood the situation. It's the NFL and stuff happens. Some people have good days, bad days, whatever. Him as a person, knowing him as a person, knowing him as a player, understanding that he knows what he's got to correct, and that, me being his teammate, understanding that I trust him that he's going to correct those mistakes coming into the following week. And so there's no, and nobody's mad at anybody. Nobody's, saying this, that, or the other about anybody. It's just, there's just like I make mistakes in football games, and I hope that my teammates trust me that I'll learn from those same mistakes and I won't make them again. So that's what our team is. You know, we trust each other, trusting the guys that we're going to continue to get better and continue to learn from our mistakes.
Thanks.
You guys good?
Jordan, hey. Yeah, Jordan, man, sorry about that.
No worries.
Josh Allen, he's offensive player of the week, you know, monster game, really obviously taking a step forward this year. A few minutes ago in his press conference, he's got another question about the Jalen Ramsey trash talk thing. And in his time he's been on this team, he's had so much garbage to go through, criticism and non-belief. And while he's doing all that, he's also the quarterback of the team, the face of the franchise, learning an offense. How impressed have you been with the way he has navigated all of that to get to this point and be as successful as he is right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's you say impressed. You know, that's a good word to use. It. You know, it's crazy. You know, you see all the Josh Allen naysayers, this side or the other. Man, the dude just continues to come out in balls every week. And so, I think I said it earlier in an interview. Man, he's our captain, and we're gonna ride behind him. You know, win, lose, or draw. And so the guy, you know, he deserves everything that's coming to him. You know, he's a hell of a player, and to take, like you said, to take all the stuff off the field and just kind of block it out and come out and every Sunday and ball out, man. You can't say enough about the guy. You know, just his mental capacity, his mental strength, and you know, that's our quarterback, man.
You know, you're in the public eye as a pro football player, but for the quarterback, it's a little different. He's the face of the franchise. Can you see it? Is it different? Is it hard? Do you wonder what it's like to live in that role? I mean, not that you're not, you know, a famous person or known, but the quarterback is different. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Do I wonder what it's like to be in that role? No, I don't necessarily. You know, I feel like I have my own issues, but you know, at the same time, you know, he's, like I said, he's handled it, you know, at a high level. You know, like I said, I can imagine being in the position he is. You know, leading a group of men in his third season. You know, all of the naysayers out there, but you know, he's locked in, man. Every day he comes to work, he's the same guy. He's nice to everybody. He's a good person off the field. And so, you know, it's just I'm happy to see him playing well, and you know, I'm happy to say that he is the leader of our team, and we're right behind him.